Good morning, everyone. It's a glorious day. It's Friday, the 8th of December, 2023. It's 9 a.m., which means it is time once again for our mindful moment. Grateful to have you here and joining me for this glorious day. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I am the spiritual leader at Unity of Tucson. And Unity of Tucson is a loving and inclusive spiritual center right here in the heart of the old Pueblo, Tucson, Arizona. And I choose to do this mindful moment every single weekday to be live online. And today I am live, by the way. I know a lot of people probably often expect me to be pre-recorded on Friday since I'm not in the office. I'm not in my office at the church, at the spiritual center. I'm in my office at home today. But I am live today. And being live 5 days a week to engage in some spiritual practice, to talk about a spiritual idea, and then engage in the practice of affirmative prayer is what I do to maintain consistency in my practice. Because when I am consistent in my spiritual practice, what I have found is that consistency has made the quality of my life better. It's enhanced my life. And so I welcome you into this paradigm with me. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you are here. I see some comments have come through. A couple have already come through. Reverend Jerry, happy Friday. Yes, today is Friday. Grateful to see you. Sherry, it's a beautiful day. It truly is a beautiful day. And we'll see if some more comments come through. Let me go ahead and take this away, though. You don't need that up the whole time. I do want to offer my reminder, as I do whenever I see you, and it is to say that you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. And I am so grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. Today is Friday, and so I was thinking about what do I want to talk about on a Friday, and I thought, oh, Friday freedom. I thought, oh, freedom, that's a pretty typical idea for a Friday. And then I thought, oh, there's another actually word that starts with an F that I do want to talk about today. I do want to say hi to Marvis, who's just logged in as well. And that is flexibility. That's the word I want to mention today, as I am choosing to be flexible in this moment. Because my cat is scratching on the door, wants to be let in, let out of the door. So what is spiritual flexibility? That's what I want to talk about today. What is spiritual flexibility, and are we spiritually flexible? Is really the question. We teach in the New Thought movement some specific principles. We have a doctrine, and that I often talk about the difference between doctrine and dogma. Dogma is a teaching that is there where there is no invitation for it to be questioned. Whereas I think that doctrine is an invitation to be questioned, because we're always on a constant unfolding journey of understanding more. And so while we have doctrine, I invite us to question the doctrine all the time. Let's talk about aspects of the doctrine. And, I invite you to determine whether or not you're spiritually flexible around these ideas. And what I mean by that is, are you willing to consider that what I'm about to present might not be right? And if you are you willing to go on the journey of deepening in your discovery? Because what I have found is my spiritual flexibility has allowed me to more firmly adopt and accept that what I teach is right for me. And that's the other part of spiritual flexibility, is knowing what is right for you. So here are the 5 principles that we teach in Unity. And I think these are truly the 5 principles of the New Thought movement. If you were part of the Spiritual Center through our fall renewal, we did 5 weeks on the 5 principles based on the book by Ellen Davenport called The 5 Principles. And I'm just going to quickly go through them. So the first principle is God is all there is. period, end of sentence. That's it. God is all there is. So to be spiritually flexible around that idea, what if God isn't all there is? What would that mean? How do we go on the journey of uncovering the idea that God might not be all there is? And what would that do in the relationship we have in our lives to everything that exists? So that's one thing. Spiritual flexibility also is an invitation to look at principle number 2, which builds on principle number 1, by the way. If God is all there is, then we must be part of that because we are part of all that is. And so God is all there is. We are that power and presence. We are the creative aspect of the divine. We are, since God is not a being, right? God, that's part of the teaching. Check in. How do you feel about that? Are you spiritually flexible around the idea? God is not a being, but the beingness of all that is. And we cannot be separate from the beingness. So we are that power. So that's number 2. Number 3, what's the spiritual flexibility around this idea? Our thoughts and our beliefs and our feelings are the points from which the construct of our lives unfold. How do you feel about that? Are you willing to accept perhaps that might not be wrong, to question that idea, and then see what that would mean for you? So God is all there is. We are that. The power of mind, thoughts, beliefs, and feelings are the constructs from which all experience flows forth. Number 4 is active. It is saying that prayer and meditation, those are specific tools that we utilize to construct through the use of thought, belief, and feeling. That we are addressing our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings through the practice of prayer and meditation, and that we are active in that engagement. So that's, are you willing to accept or question that idea? And then the 5th principle is choice, that we are endowed with choice and that we get to choose to live from those principles or not. And that's what I love, is that 5th principle is actually the active invitation for us to be spiritually flexible. It is all our choice. It's all our choice. How do you feel about that? So that's what I wanted to, address today, spiritual flexibility, and that we encourage spiritual flexibility to really dig in and question and wonder. Part of what enhances the experience of life is wonder, the imagination. It's through imagination that we plant creative seeds for what will be. I think about what life was like for me 40 years ago and how different, frankly, technology is. Well, technology, the development of technology started with imagination. It started with ideas. And that, for me, is what God is all about. God is the construct of ideas. That is actually, spiritual substance is actually ideas. And we can be rich in spiritual substance by being rich in ideas, or we can be poor in spiritual substance by being poor in ideas. So that's the thought today. And my decision and choice is always to concretize or solidify this idea through the practice of affirmative prayer. And so if it is safe and comfortable for you, I invite you to close your eyes. It's not a requirement. You get to question that too. It's not a requirement. You just get to decide how you engage in the practice if you choose to engage. So I choose to close my eyes. And in choosing to close my eyes, it is an invitation to me to turn my attention to the inner life, that life within, the life of thought, the life of belief, the life of feeling. And I recognize and know that there is a magnificence that is present here and everywhere, for there is no place where magnificence is not fully expressing itself. That magnificence is God. God, the power, the presence, the creative source, the creative energy, the unfoldment. God, the principle. God, the beingness. God is. God is, and that's it. In rooting myself in this idea, there's almost nothing more that needs to be said for me except to understand that God is all. And from this point of view that God is all, I lay claim to my identity and the identity of each and every one of us as this power, as this presence, as the beingness. We are, each and every one of us, the beingness of this divine creative source, this magnificent power. We are that which is. We are the good. We are the light. We are the life. We are the love. And so I know that God has endowed us with a magnificent intellect and a curiosity and an imagination. These are faculties which each and every one of us share. And so I choose to utilize these faculties in the questioning of all that is. I choose to be spiritually flexible and live within the question so that I can more deeply express and experience this divine creative power and all it has to offer in the expression and unfoldment as my life. And I trust we all, each and every one of us, do the same thing. Spiritual flexibility is akin to spiritual curiosity. And that curiosity opens up the imagination, and I welcome the ideas that flow forth from the infinite power of imagination. I relax in this moment, and with gratitude and appreciation overflowing for this, I simply allow the unfoldment to do its perfect work. I let go, release, trust, and know this to be so. I affirm it as so by accepting it as so at the level of my own heart space. I let it be so, and I affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. I am always delighted to share this time with you. And so thank you for being here with me. I will be back again on Monday. Enrique, how wonderful to see you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So like I said, I look forward to seeing you again Monday morning. If you're here in Tucson or if you want to watch online, we do, of course, have our Sunday celebration at 10 a.m. Arizona time on Sunday. A couple of other things I want to let you know about. Of course, we've got our holidays happening here at Unity of Tucson. We have a candlelight Christmas Eve service on Sunday the 24th. And I'm really trying to make sure that people know that we are not doing a morning service on Christmas Eve day. Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday this year. We will only be doing the 6 p.m. Christmas Eve service. We're going to start with some sing-alongs at about 5:45. So join us for that on Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve goes back to a morning service. So we'll be meeting at 10 a.m. on Sunday, December 31st for our New Year's Eve service. We're going to do the white stone ceremony as part of our New Year's Eve service. And then on New Year's Day at 11 a.m., you can join me at Unity of Tucson's Outdoor Labyrinth. Walk the labyrinth with me. There's going to be a dissolving bowl where you can release what needs to be released and accept what needs to be accepted in your coming year. So those are the magnificent holiday events we have happening. I would also love for you to join us for a Broadway Christmas, which is happening on December 15th, a week from tonight. We still have plenty of tickets available, and we'd love to see you there for a celebration of Christmas that is unlike all the others. You're not going to get another rendition of Jingle Bells. You're not going to get another rendition of Oh Holy Night, although I suppose I could probably find where Oh Holy Night was utilized on Broadway. But what this is it's songs from Broadway shows that are referencing Christmas. So it's a different kind of show. We'd love to see you there. Grateful for you all. Marvis, thank you. Thank you for saying you are magnificent. I know the same about you. You are magnificent, and I'm deeply grateful. So that's it. I will see you soon. Peace and blessings to you. Bye, everybody.